It's time to cook with the quarantine. Hi guys, tonight we're making a seafood boil. It's time to cook. Alright, so the first thing I'm gonna do is fill this large pot with some water. Got the water on the stove, bringing that to a boil, and while I'm waiting, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this lemon in half. And I'm going to cut up my onions and then just take off the outer layer of a few of the garlic cloves. I don't have to chop these up fine because it's just for flavor and I'm not actually going to eat them. I can drop this entire bag into the water as it is and it will flavor the water, but because I'm not making a large portion and I still have ingredients to make another batch of this seafood boil, I'm going to cut this and save half of it for later. So I'm going to hopefully not mess this up, but we'll see. So to this pot, I'm going to start by adding the seafood seasoning. I'm going to add in 2/4 of the lemon that I chopped. I'm going to drop in these onions. So while the water is going, I'm going to wash these potatoes and then cut them probably into quarters. And usually I think people use red potatoes for the seafood boil, but I didn't have any. I had these and I said, hey, I'm going to use them. So let's wash these off. Potatoes just yet, but I'm going to go ahead and cut them. I'm going to go ahead and cut up my sausage while I'm waiting. Water's almost at boiling, but not quite. I'm going to add some of this Slap Your Mama seasoning because I bought it last weekend and I want to use it. Alright, so the water is boiling. The recipe I read, it says if your seasoning doesn't make you sneeze or cough when you're standing close to it, then it's not enough seasoning. So clearly I have enough because I'm over here choking. But I'm going to add, now that the water is boiling, I'm going to carefully slide these potatoes in. Trying to do it carefully. I'm going to let the potatoes cook for about 8 minutes. So the timer has gone off, so I'm going to add in the corn now. I'm also going to add in the crab legs. Let's hope they fit in the pot. I'm going to let this cook for about 5 minutes. So growing up, I never had eggs in my low country boil, but it's the new thing to do, so I'm going to add in 2 eggs. Alright, so the last 2 things that I'm adding are the sausages and the shrimp. And I'm going to let those cook for about 2 or 3 minutes. So the boil is almost done. I'm going to melt this butter in the microwave and then mix it with some of the broth. So now that everything is cooked, the final step is to, well, not the final, the almost final step is to drain everything. Uh-oh, before I do that, I forgot one step. I need to reserve some of the broth. Only about a cup. This is a little more than that, but this works. Now I can resume the draining. I'm going to transfer this to a pan. This is way more than I intended to make. I'm going to take my melted butter and some of the broth, mix this together. Again, you only need about a cup. I'm going to mix this together. And I'm going to pour it over the mixture. I'm going to take my remaining lemon wedges and squeeze over everything. And because butter makes everything better, I'm going to melt some more butter, mix it with a little garlic butter, and I'm going to have that on the side so I can dip everything in it. Going to sprinkle on a little Old Bay. All right, so it's time to eat. Not in my usual eating spot because there's carpet around there, and I don't want to accidentally drop seafood juice on carpet, so eating in here tonight. Let's start with the sausage. Cooked well. Shrimp. Cooked well. Sausage was really good. Potato. I'm gonna dip. Good. So I'm not a big fan of corn, but having the corn in here is a good vegetable, so that's why I decided to add it. Seasoned well. Holding up my hand to stop the juices from going all over the place. I saw a post a few weeks ago, and it was asking people, how do you eat your corn? So I eat mine biting, and then I go across, then I turn it, bite it, go across. How do you eat yours? Do you eat it like that? Do you eat it going around? Do you just take bites from wherever you pick it up? I'm interested. Let me know. All right. Let's try the crab. Okay. Got some crab meat here. So in this dip, oh, that's good. In addition to garlic and butter, gotta add some Old Faithful hot sauce. I'm gonna add some of this in here. Y'all know I like hot sauce, so add some of that in there, and let's see if we can get some more crab meat. So no judgment on how I'm gonna eat this. I'm just gonna use my teeth to crack it because I can. Oh, I didn't even have to. Oh man, it's hardly any meat. Let's see. This was a bad one. All that work for this little bit of meat. Not worth it. Let's try another one. Let's see if I can do it. Oh, I think I broke. Ah, man, I broke it. So, it's 1/2. Does anyone else feel like a champion when you can get the full piece of crab meat out? Ooh. Hot sauce. That's good. So anyway, I think I've tasted everything. I usually don't stay on eating this long, but I had so many different things in the dishes. I want to try it all. So now, I'm going to finish eating, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh yeah, shout out to Yvette.